Okay, the test results are back. We actually did a oil change in our 2025 Mazda Miata MX-5. Just real quick, this is, we purchased this last year, and we do have a long-term review series on it. So if this is your first time here, definitely check out those videos. We do long-term reviews on a Mazda 3. We also just added a BMW 230i. So yeah, check out everything on our channel. We also do POV new car reviews also. But anyway, we would love for you to subscribe and come along for the drive. So yes, at 1,000 miles, well, let's see, roughly 900 miles, I took the factory oil out and changed it. And then I sent that off to, there's lots of companies that do this. They'll analyze your oil. I took it off to Speediagnostix, and you see them on YouTube a lot, and got that assessed. Now, you do not have to take the factory oil out. I know some high performance cars really do require it. Mazda says nothing about this. I was just curious. That's really what I was about. I did not think I had to do it. Obviously, there's wear metals in there. There's things from manufacturing that are in there. And the theory goes, if you can get all that stuff out as soon as possible, you'll wear your engine less. I don't think this 2-liter in the MX-5 is, the tolerances are that tight that it matters. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about the oil change. We'll go out on a drive, and then we'll get into these test results. Now, I'm not going to, this is not an oil change video on how to do the Mazda Miata oil change. There's plenty of videos out there, some really good ones out there, but a couple things to note. Number one, or maybe 3 or 4 things to note. Number one, it's pretty easy. This is a very fun car to change the oil in. It's nice to get up underneath the Mazda Miata because, number one, you just see the craftsmanship underneath. Everything is so well put together. You see all the aluminum suspension parts, the yellow Bilsteins. It's really cool to get up under there. Now, you do have to take off a metal shield, which is super high quality. It's not plastic. It comes off easy. I think it's 9, 10, 11 bolts or something like that. Get those off of there, and then you have easy access to the oil pan plug, and you also have easy access to the oil filter itself. Now, there's 2 things unique about the Miata. Number one, you'll notice a lot of the oil change videos out there, they will make sure the car is up on 4 jack stands to keep it level. And when I did this, I wasn't sure about, can I get all the oil out? I pulled this one. I use ramps and jack stands for safety. But what I found out is that with the oil pan plug on the side, no, you're not going to get all the oil out if you just put it up on ramp stands. You do need to level out. You do need to level this puppy out to get all the oil out. So the way I did it was I jacked it up in the front, took the ramps off, put my oil pan underneath, my drain pan underneath, lowered the MX-5 down, and got all the oil out. And then just reversed it, jacked it up, put my ramps back underneath, and easy peasy. So a couple things. The other thing I would like to mention is it did give me a chance to buy a new floor jack because the low profile is definitely needed. You can look at all the reviews out there of floor jacks. The bottom line for all of them is they all kind of come from the same factory in China. They're all rebranded, cheaper parts depending on whether it's Harbor Freight or somewhere else. I ended up going with an Arcan off of Amazon, and the number one reason I did that, there's 2 reasons. Number one is there was had some aluminum in it to keep it a little bit lighter weight, and the other reason was Costco used to or still does carry this brand of floor jack, and Costco is pretty picky about their brand. So anyway, Arcan floor jack, I like the green color. It's not, all floor jacks are heavy, but this one's actually pretty light. I'll leave the link down below for that floor jack if you're interested in getting one of those. They are expensive. I think it was $200 some for that. So the other part of making an oil change successful is having a really nice drain pan. I'll leave the link to this green one that I use also down below. It's worth it to get a nice stiff high capacity oil pan, and this one will fit underneath with the car down. It'd be really hard to get it under there with the car not jacked up, but I was able to lower the car and it did not crush the oil pan. Okay, so the diagnostic kits are not cheap. I think it's roughly $60 some. They send it to you pretty fast. They provide a FedEx return, all prepaid for, and then once they get it, which is like a day later, they turn this you know, it's like 2 to 3 days later, you'll get an email and you'll get your report. You know, only thing they ask you to do is make sure the car is warmed up, which I did both times. And I took the sample as it was draining out. They give you a nice little bottle for that. You go online, you register that sample, and it's easy peasy. They couldn't make it any easier to do. I did get the oil changed at 4,000 miles. So you say, oh, that's only 3,000 miles. The thing I was concerned about was like 10 months had passed. You know, they say six months, 5,000 miles, things like that. But I had let 10 months pass. So it went through winter, but all good news there. So let's take a look at the report that they sent. As you can see, our 2025 Mazda MX-5. I've never really told anybody what we nicknamed it, but it is Luna. We just started jokingly calling it Luna because of the aero gray. It's about as bland and as stark and as lifeless as the surface of the moon, so we thought that was pretty funny. But Luna's kind of cute. It's kind of stuck. We like the name Luna. But you can see right here, 2 samples, 2 different times, one on October 18th, 2025, and one recently on July 17th. And they keep your car, you know, they'll just fill in these columns as time goes on. So that's pretty nice. And up at the top, let's just go through the original oil change at 900 miles. They put the oil health right up the top: viscosity, oxidation, fuel dilution, soot and contaminants in there. And you'll see, for some reason, the viscosity had dropped off the 0W20 after 900 miles. I don't know what to make of that, but we did change it, and you can see, I don't know what to make of these 2 numbers, but the green is the recent viscosity, 769. This is 0W20. The Mazda OEM oil was obviously in there, and I changed it with the Pennzoil full synthetic on that second change. But oxidation, all that other stuff looked pretty good. If you go down to the metals, now this is the wear. This is the stuff you go, oh, I need to get that out because it'll make things wear, right? So silicone is up at the top. That's an adhesive probably. And yeah, you'll see some adhesive from the engine assembly in there. You also had copper, tin was present in, you know, high levels. Obviously that's things like bearings, maybe cylinder walls. I'm not too sure about all that stuff, but those were the only 2 that were high. Now let's jump 4,000 miles or 3,000 miles later, 3,100 miles later, and you can see everything is improving. Silicone has come down. It's down to, everything's in the yellow now. You'll see the copper has come significantly down. Lead is back in the, tin is back in the normal range. And they give you this wear indicator. So it's sort of a combination of all these wear metals. And you can see it's dropped by an order of magnitude, basically, from 117 down to 13. So again, you don't have to do all this stuff. It's expensive. I'm just kind of a nerdy geek. You know, I like to geek out on stuff like this. So this was pretty much curiosity. So you can argue, hey, we got some stuff out of there at 900 miles. And then you see they give you a little bit of a qualitative assessment down here. I really do appreciate this. It says silicon copper wear rate dropped, which is typical for new engine break-in. All other results are within normal range. Silicon copper and the wear rate per 1,000 miles should drop further as the engine continues to break in. Resample this oil at the next oil change, 4,000 to 5,000 miles. I'm not sure we're going to do that. Maybe, because I am going to do the next one myself. If you're interested in a full oil change video, let me know. There's a lot out there. I'm not sure I can do them any better, but put in the comments your questions, any experience you have with oil sampling. We would love to hear you. Now, the BMW, the one we just acquired, check out those videos. I am going to change the oil in that in about a month, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to send that oil off. Now that car has about 15,000 miles on it now. It had 2 previous oil changes from the prior owner before we purchased it. So I'm really curious how that oil change in the BMW is going to look like compared to our Miata. So leave your questions and comments below. We would love to hear from you. Definitely check out the channel. Definitely give this video a thumbs up. That is the biggest thing you could help us. So I'm going to finish this drive. It's a beautiful evening. The sun's getting ready to set. The top is down. Having a good time here. So thank you again for joining me today. And as always, have a great day, morning or evening, wherever you may be.